going on, you guys? It's your girl Ish. Y'all tune in to ITTB TV. You know, we are more alike than we allude to, and you know what people want to accept. So I wanted to come and give y'all like a little story time. All right, so I used to be a runner. Okay, now not track. I did not used to run track. Well, actually, I did a little bit, but I used to a runner. What they call a runner, like in a medical sense. In a medical sense. So I ran twice in my life, in grade school or whatever. So I think it's the first time I'm ever like telling this story. Like I don't I don't really get into my personal life or, you know, my upbringing or what happened to me in the past. So a lot of the videos on here speak about, you know, me having my stroke. So I had a stroke when I was 3 years old or whatever. And I've been dealing with the effects since then. You know, it's not something that, you know, I'm going to ever really be what they call normal. But anyway, I had my stroke when I was 3 in grade school, from K through 12, K through what? Grad school, K through life, whatever, you know. So I've never been in a special ed class. I've never been in, you know, one of those special classes ever in my lifetime. So growing up, I was always in regular classes. But I was always the only one in regular classes with I don't like using the word disability, but with physical difference, physical limitations. There we go. You know, I was the only one in my class that have a physical limitation, other than when people came from injuring themselves, from breaking their wrist or their ankle from doing something stupid. You know, hella smart, so I didn't need to be in one of the special education classes. So I was in a regular class my whole life, my whole K through 12. So around 3rd, 4th grade, I started to realize that I am different. I'm not, there's something that is making me totally different from my classmates. And once I realized that it was me physically, physical attributes, I became very, very angry. Like I would act out in class. I would act out. But it was because I was frustrated because I've made it to this point in my life and nobody has really explained or told me that you're different. And y'all, everybody knows kids are very mean, but it's not mean in a sense of being mean. They're very honest. I still do go through ridicule in public. I still growing up, it was tough, you know. And I did not know how to express myself. So I would act out. So one of the times that I ran was actually in elementary school. I think it was the 4th grade. I had got into it with my teacher. I finished my assignment, right? So I excused myself from my desk. my table without asking to go sit in our little area for our area where they had the books and stuff. So we had like our own little library in our classroom. So I went over there, I grabbed me a book, I sat down, I started chilling reading. You know, she got on my case or whatever. I didn't like it. What she did not know was that I was done with my work. I was trying to tell her that I was done with my work, and she wasn't trying to hear it. You know what I'm saying? So, trying to make you voiceless. You know what I'm saying? Trying to, and when I, you know, being young, not at that age, but when I was a little bit older, I think I was in like middle school. Someone actually told me no one cares. No one cares what you have to say. No one cares what you're going through. No one cares what you think. Da 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 da. Again, trying to make you voiceless. But okay, I was start. You know, once I got mad at that time, it was a wrap. You know, I was mad. It went from 0 to 100 real quick. So I'm like, man, what? I don't know what happened. So she called security on me. Security comes up, takes me out of the classroom. I'm standing in the hallway waiting to see what they're gonna do or whatever. Remove me from the class, take me to what I think we had detention at that time. I don't know. Or put me in another classroom, because that's what they normally did when I when I act out. They would remove me and put me in the 5th grade classroom with that teacher. She was my I think my older brother's teacher. My older brother, my older sister's teacher. My older brother's teacher. And she would let me sit in her classroom and do my assignment. Or I do my assignments or just sit there and read or whatever. Or she would give me, she actually gave me the 5th grade workbook and let me work out of it, because I was done with the work that they were giving me, so she gave me something that was more challenging. So anyway, I'm in the hallway waiting. So they take it too long, so I just start to shimmy my way down the hallway. Okay, our classroom was off of one stairwell. So down the hallway, so it was the stairwell right there. There's another stairwell across from our classroom, and then once you went down the hallway, you was going toward the bathroom, and then you could it was another stairwell on that side, 2 more stairwells running across from each other on that side. So I shimmy my way toward the hallway, toward the bathroom, and then boom, I bolt. I'm gone. And they're like, we got a runner! We got a runner! I knew the hallways like the back of my hand. We were on the 2nd floor, so it wasn't nothing for me to just get out to the outside. So, and I'm bolting, I'm gone, I'm running. I just started jumping down the steps, so I wouldn't have to run down the steps. So I'm jumping down these flights of steps, you know, to get down the steps quicker. I get to the door, push the door open, I'm outside. I don't know if this was at the end of the day or what. I don't remember. But it was buses out. It was buses outside. And I remember I had on a blue jean jumper. It had a white puppy on it with spots. And we had this big ass open field that was next to the school. So I'm running across the field. Hey, there's your sister. And it was my brother. Starts darting toward me. And he yelled my name. And he's like, where are you going? I stop in the middle of the field. I just start breaking down. I'm like, I don't, like, you know, when you're a kid, like, I'm frustrated. I don't know how to express myself. And it's not like anybody wanted to fucking hear what I had to say at the time. You know what I'm saying? So that's the first time. So my first time running away from authority. Don't do this. Do not do. All right, the second time I was in middle school. Okay. Again, I went from 0 to 100, getting into it with a teacher. She called. I've had several run-ins. I think I was in homeroom. My first period. I don't know. It was a woman. Don't remember her name. I don't remember too many of my teachers. She called security on me, but before security could get to the classroom, I was already gone. So they're looking for me. I'm sitting in the hallway. I have not made a move yet. So I'm sitting. I left from the classroom area. So, you know, in schools they have the door frames, and then like that you can. It's like a space where you can duck into, and then can't nobody see you directly in the hallway unless they pass you, like they're going to the actual classroom. So I was in front of another door. I think it was the library or the computer room. I don't know, it was somewhere where a lot of people weren't at the time. So I'm back. I'm just chilling up against the wall, like trying to calm myself down. But, you know, as my mind starts going, my feet start moving. I'm like, Isha, come on, let's go. We gotta walk. We gotta move. So now it's like a game for me. They can't find me. I'm playing hide and go seek. These niggas can't find me. They can't find me. So I hear them on their radios. They're looking. They can't find me. A few minutes go by. There's like, well, we gotta check the perimeter, check on the outside of the school. I wasn't outside yet. So they called my mama. All right, my mama on her way. So enough time went by. We lived pretty far from the school. So it's not like she could get there like immediately. So it's like, well, I'm ready to go. Like I couldn't calm myself down. I was getting more and more frustrated. And then it started turning into a game. So I'm like, oh, they think I'm outside. They, go outside, clear. I'm not out there. So now I'm like, okay, now you go outside. So I started walking down the street toward going home. I'm like, I'm ready to go home. So I'm walking down the street. They get wind that, they heard, I guess they heard, I may have set like one of the alarms off for the side door. Because then they're starting to come behind me. And I'm walking up the street. And then as I'm walking up the street, my mama see me. The jig is up. Get your ass in this car. Where you think you going? What are you doing? Da da da. I'm gonna whoop your ass. So yeah, that's what I consider to be a runner. All right. So I just want to come and share a story or whatever. Like, I was so frustrated. Growing up, being the only one in a classroom full of 30 kids, and you're like, I felt so alone. I started isolating myself. Since we talking about voices, let your voice be heard. Make sure you go vote November 2020. Till again, I hope y'all enjoyed this story time. Thinking on it now, it is hilarious. But when you actually going through it, it is not funny. Okay? But hope y'all have a blessed one. As always, everything is a motivation.